Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. I wanted to give you guys a potential setup here that I'm going to be taking. A newer coin, Aptos. This is the big X chart. It doesn't have the full history. If you go to Binance, there's a little more history there from inception there. I think this is the first spot it was released. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is really hard to read, this area. You can see the crazy sell-off. Do you count the high here? And this is just an ABC. On log scale, we would have hit the 618 between there. Linear, we probably hit the 1.618 there. But anyways, very difficult to read this. But on the BitGet chart, we can at least get the last few waves to give us a potential setup. This is clearly an impulse, whether it's ending a C wave or beginning a trend. Looking for a third wave up, potentially. Right now I'm just targeting just a expanded flat here, or potentially a running flat. Anyways, just to show you the targets, this proposed 3-wave A came up. We got 5 waves down for a flat hit at targets as expected between the 1.236 and 1.382. Bad news is we came through the 0.618 here at 630.5, and we're still above the 786 at $4.58. So kind of in between those two levels. Also over here, there's a couple ways to count this. Don't get over concerned with the count here. As you can see, this looks like 3 waves here, so this could be an A, B, C for a flat. So the A potentially ended over here, but it doesn't really change things because this could be an A. We get a B, C for our A, and then we get 5 waves down there. I just think this way counts a little bit better. Could be a complex correction. We get an ABC, X, ABC, and then we have our A wave down, B wave up, and potentially a expanded flat here, and our C wave down in 5 waves. That's pretty clearly a 5 wave. That's the clearest pattern out of everything here. I mean, technically this could be a 1-2, 1-2, 1, and working on our third. But based on the previous targets hit, where we are on the downside, I think we're going to get some relief here. And I'm looking for a connecting wave with this one off the low here at either the 1-to-1 or an expanded flat up at the 1.236 to 382, just like this wave here. So zooming in closer on our expanded flat, we did hit through the 1.05, so that's our minimum requirement for an expanded flat. That was right here at 520.07, $5.20. 0.7, you can see right here in the gray. I also highlighted the little bit lower targets, the 1.236 and 382, in case we do roll over here and this becomes a 5-3-5 zigzag. But currently the setup is there. We're trending nicely sideways in a corrective manner, so I think we could start to impulse here. Currently have our targets on 5-wave impulse. If the low is in, we'd look for a third wave up to the 1.618 at $7.90, correct back to around $6.83, and move up to the 2.236 at $9.13. You can see that fits nicely in line with our targets of our expanded wave here at the 1.382 to 1.236, which all looks pretty good. Going down to the 15-minute. You can see it's really tough to count. You'd have to see this as a leading diagonal here. ABC, ABC, and C. It's pretty difficult, or it ended here. We have a 1, 2, made a running flat 3 with for no overlap, and then our 1 could be over here, just so we have no overlap there. And then we'd have to have a flat in the middle so we don't overlap with the 1. Either way, I'm not getting too concerned with the counting of that. There's many ways to count it. I'm more interested in this area here, where we have a 3-wave move, potentially a flat in between, and potentially completed a flat as well over here. It depends how you count this last area. As you can see, we held within our trend line here sideways, which is a good indication that the next move is going to be impulsive to the upside. Other things to consider here is we could come a little bit lower. This is a flat A, 3-wave A. Could have a B wave flat and then come down for 5 to complete there. It's really hard to say. These lower time frames are pretty tough to get the wave count. They can change so quickly. But if we're coming down in 5, there is a little more room where this would be like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, down to the 6, 1, 8. As you can see, there's a little bit of room. We did hit the 1-to-1 of this proposed, I guess it would be a WXY currently, if we don't get the last little bit down, at the 1-to-1 here. And if we have an ABC where we have a 3, 3, 5, we'd come a little bit lower there, probably tag the 1.618, where we'd be looking for that 3rd to complete, a 4th and a 5th. Either way, it's really nitty gritty. We're talking about a difference of like 18-20 cents. So not something to be too concerned about. I've already taken a little piece here. I'm going to add a little bit more, either a little bit lower or if we start to trend. My stop is at the low at $4.88, 0.5. That's where my stop is. And I'm currently targeting the impulse wave up at $9 right now is my target. Just a little bit of front running. If we start to fail, I'd end up bailing out early, and that's where we don't really get impulsive, and we kind of, if we come down one more, and we kind of grind sideways in like 3 waves up to this point, lose steam. Not impulsive. That's where I might take my profit at $6.83, 0.9. As you can see, that would be the 1-to-1 at the current low. Obviously, you'd have to readjust these targets if we come a little bit lower to make sure you have the proper Fibonacci extension. But that's what I'm looking for, guys. I will give updates on this because I am in the trade. Points to watch out for is up here. If we drop a little lower, looking to add to my position. And if we do just collapse out of this, which is always possible, then we'd have to recount that as a potential impulse to the downside. It's either a 1, 2, 3, and potentially moving down for 5 waves and further downside. So that's the long I'm looking for, guys. I've entered a little bit. I will be adding to it. Just thought I'd share that with you. And my setup, just to show you, I already took a piece right at the 50, looking to add a little more if we do come down. It looks like we might need one more leg down on the 15-minute, but targeting up at the 2.236 or just slightly below that at the expanded flat target, where this would be an ABC. As you can see, it's a nice little over 5-to-1 trade. So that's what I'm looking for. Thanks, guys.